Hey, has this ever happened to you where you go to your pantry to get a potato and they've all grown eyes? This video is all about how you can regrow those potatoes instead of throwing them away. Would you believe that each of these eyes can grow into its own potato plant? Yep, it can. The way that you do it is that you cut the potato so that there's one eye per piece, like this. Now that you've cut them all up, leave the potatoes out for 3 to 4 days until they've dried out. And once they're dried out, they're ready to go in some soil. This is a garden bed that I sheet mulched a few months ago. If you haven't seen my video yet on sheet mulching, I'll link it here. I use sheet mulching for a couple of reasons. One, if I want to convert a space into a planting area, or two, I have a planting area that I've already been working with, but it needs extra nourishment. You'll see here that I already threw in a couple of potato pieces. Potatoes like to grow in mounds. I'm going to cover these up in a little bit, but really this video is about planting potatoes in pots, so let me get back to that. I'm going to take each of the pieces that I cut earlier and stick them into the soil. Now, I made a mistake in this demo by putting the root going down, but really that should be going up because that will become your potato plant. I'm covering the potatoes with a compost and soil mix, 1 part compost, 3 parts soil. After a few weeks, you'll begin to see your potatoes sprouting. I put these in a pot right next to an avocado. They can grow together. And these potatoes are regrowing in garden beds from last year. I didn't even replant them. They just grew back on their own. And this is what you call a sustainable garden, something that will grow on its own, whether or not you put any love into it. It'll still grow. Almost everything that I recommend for a food indie forest will come back year after year, like this oregano. And your potatoes can grow next to this oregano and many other lettuces and herbs. If you like what you've seen here today and you want to learn more about how to grow food from food scraps, sign up for my newsletter, subscribe to the podcast, and check out my website at befoodindie.com. There's so much more information there for you to see. You'll find information for how to get started with your own food forest and get closer to your food. So head on over to befoodindie.com. That's befoodindie.com.